All right, hello everyone. This is going to be the part two of the Maxar, how to use the Maxar site. Um, Going specifically over Dynacast. It's a very interesting and very important tool. We usually use it weekly during the forecast discussions. So without further ado, we'll get into explaining what this is with a little bit of a demonstration here. So let's start out with the summer to date. You can change the date range to pretty much anything in these months. You can change the years. I believe you can change the year as well, but for this, we'll just keep it for the summer thus far. And then you can build the data table. So what this will show, we've got it on average temperature departure. There's a whole bunch of other things, min-max temperatures, temperature departures, heating and cooling degree days, precipitation, etc. And you've got other regions, North America, Northern Hemisphere, global, pretty much any region you can think of is most likely in there. And then it'll build this map, and you can take a look at the different stations if you'd like, but generally you just use this to get an idea of what the pattern has looked like. In this instance, over the course of the summer, you could do it, say you wanted to look at a 5-day period, or 26th through 31st. Let's say you could build that map as well to kind of look to see what it's going to be looking like. It looks like August 26th through 31st is going to be quite warm in the middle part of the country. So that's the basic idea of how you want to use this. You can use it in a number of ways. Say you wanted to look at the 500 millibar height departures over the course of the summer. So you can switch June 1st to August 31st, and then build that map. Oops, I guess I can't. Guess it won't let me build it outside of the parameter. Today's the 23rd, so I can't build it past that. So you can do that. There's a little thing, remove the ocean masking so you can see. And then we have the 500 millibar height departures across the globe, or the northern hemisphere rather. You can switch it down to North America if you want to zoom in a little bit and get a little closer. So you can see the overall pattern from June to August 1st is, a lot of high pressures, a little bit of low pressure in Canada. So this is kind of what you want to do with it. It gives a lot of great information, and I highly, 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 highly recommend, looking through this yourselves and getting an idea and a feel for it and what you want to use it for, what you want to try to get out of it. Because it's a great tool, and you should definitely be using it on a weekly basis, if not more than that even. Another thing you can look at the product info. That'll just give you a couple of quick explanations of what it is. It'll give you some output data. If you want to get to a specific station, say the Sault Ste. Marie Airport, they'll give you some analog data. And then the other important thing here is the WDD data. It will give you a number. If we switch to population CDDs, our target. So it'll give you the target, which in this instance 1007.96 CDDs. 10-year normal, it'll give you that, which is 976, and the 30-year normal, which is 916. It'll give you the hottest, the coldest, and the closest year on record. And then you can sort this by hottest or coolest. In this instance, it's hottest. And it'll give you the hottest, or the past 71 years of data, and show you where your target ranks, which is number 6 in this instance, where the 10-year is, which is in green here, and then the slightly darker green is the 30-year. So like I was saying, you can also change your regions. If you wanted to look, say, just at the East Coast, which we have the EIA regions map on the Forecast Contest website. This is a reasonably close to the 10-year normal. It's still one of the top 10 warmest on the East Coast. Maybe you wanted to look at South Central. Been a little bit of a cooler year, actually below the 30-year normal in the South. So like I said, you should really play around with this and kind of familiarize yourself with it. Look into this. You can also add weights. Say maybe that 2019 and I don't know, maybe 1959 are good years for this and you wanted to weight them both 50-50, you can build a map based on that, and it'll kind of give you a map that is respective. It'll give you a map based on these 2 years, on their weights. So, like I said, should play around with this a little bit. There's a couple other tools here. You can shift the years, you can shift the months, you can shift the periods. You can't do that with the weighted years, to my knowledge. But you can say, if I go back to this, switch it back to 100, build this map again. Let's say I wanted to, let's make this a little bit more accurate, so we'll go 18 to 23. I could shift this period back, and it will shift it back to the 12th to 17th. And if I want to shift it back forward, back to the original period, it'll shift back 18 to 23. You can shift the years if you want to see. Well, it's not working for me, but you can shift the month back to July 1st through July 31st to see what July was like, or you could shift. Oh, the year did work. My mistake. So this was July 2016. So you can play around with this, and to basically get an idea of what you're working with. You can maybe you want to see what 2012 was like. Maybe you think that's a really good analog, so you can look back at 2012. You can add more weights to that. Maybe a lot of stuff you can do with this. I highly recommend that once you've familiarized yourself with the models page, which shouldn't take too long. I'm sure most of you kind of know what you're doing at this point when it comes to navigating model pages. You should definitely get to Dynacast as quickly as you can to try to familiarize yourself with a lot of this stuff, and don't hesitate to reach out to either your professor or to Dave or myself or your pod leader. If you have any questions about the Maxar site, we're more than happy to answer any questions you've got. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it, got something out of it, and I'll see you next time.